Well, Brendan, I'm delighted that you're our first one-to-one on the
Pleasure.
programme. Let me start by asking you, what's the emotion after witnessing your side go 69 games unbeaten? Pride must be one part of it, but was it disappointment at the way it ended?
Not really, Peter. No, it was. I had the ultimate pride in my team. Having come in and I think whenever John Clark handed me the bottle of congratulations when we got to 27 and beat the Lisbon Lions record, I thought, wow, what a great achievement. But then very quickly we get up towards 60, and then someone mentioned getting over the record of 62. So yeah, it was. We got to 63. Then I think sometimes without it can become like a burden, because we would say, for example, away at Hibs, we're 2-0 up, and we come in after the game, we draw 2 each. We played well, but we should have won the game. But there's a sense of, we never lost the record, but that's a game that we should have won. So I think that feeling of pride, to have gone through that and showed that level of professionalism and commitment and quality was fantastic. But also glad in a way that if you're going to lose it, you suppose lose it that way, where the team just doesn't perform, because we're very much about the team, rather than, say, one player make a mistake and it ends up costing.
Gordon Strachan used to say there's a shelf life for a Celtic manager, 2, 3 years, maybe 4 years. It's not so much you get scunnered, but you keep setting goals for yourself. Do you understand that statement?
No, absolutely. I think that especially in this new world now, it's not like previous years. You bring different messages to the players to motivate them, and I think up until this stage, we as a staff we've done okay.
You've got a treble, you've got an undefeated run, which you deserve tremendous credit for. You're looking and thinking, if I could get 10 in a row, if I'm here for 10 in a row, is that in your mind? No,
I think we always look to the next goal, and our next goal is to win the league. I'm living the dream, really. I'm a Celtic supporter, so I'm managing Celtic, and until the day I leave here, I'm living my dream that I've always wanted to do.
If there has been criticism, it's been a couple of real hammerings that have come Celtic's way, and you've emphasised to everyone you want to play a particular way. Do you have to compromise? Do you have to change? Is that not what a manager does? He changes the style to suit the opponent?
Yeah, no, absolutely. But believe it or not, we went to when we went to Paris, we went 1-0 up. I was thinking of fainting at that time, see if we could get the game called off and just go home then at 1-0. But sometimes there's just a level and a speed and a quality that was far superior to what we could do on the evening. And then, like I say, 4 or 5 people, against some of these teams, they can accept that, and then the last 5-6 minutes you maybe concede a couple of goals, which brings a different light onto it.
Have you got a replacement for Dembele if you sell him?
Peter, you're trying to be really friendly here with some questions. Listen, the message, we don't want to lose Musa. Musa's got 2.5 years here, and he's developed really, really well. He doesn't want to leave. I don't want him to leave.
Twofold on the next part. Rangers, do you sense there's a challenge coming from them?
I don't really think about it, Peter. I think Graham's done well since he's gone in. You have to have an eye on your competitors, of course, but my view is always on ourselves, really, and can we improve our standards and not really worry so much about other teams.
Is there unfinished business down south, or do you think that far ahead?
If I was really itching to get back to the Premier League, I'd have gone by now. I've had opportunities to go back. The club were aware of that. I was aware of it, but I'm arguably as happy as I've been in my life. And I'm in my dream job that allows me to do the very, very best that I can. And then there'll be some point when one day the dream's finished and it's over, and then I step back into the real world again. Yeah. The dream is to do the best I can. Whatever the resources we have, just be the best that we can be, and that's all you can do.
Right, forgive me for this last question. Having a boyhood hero who's Kenny Dalglish,
right,
and following him at Liverpool,
yes,
loved him. I sometimes look and I think, okay, Kenny's the last one to win the league for Liverpool.
Yes.
You were so close. Please tell me, as a human being, you lie in bed at night and think, I wish Steven Gerrard had stayed on his feet. I wish we'd managed to keep the door locked at Crystal Palace. Yeah, no.
The Crystal Palace game was irrelevant for me. You know, I always think that because even if we win that game, how the results transpired, Man City win. They win. The Chelsea game is the one. We played very well in the game. We battered the door down in the first half, couldn't score. Stevie's always, was always looked upon with that slip, but it was something that was out of his control,
Did you say anything to him?
No, not really. At half time, I could see he was obviously disappointed, of course, but this is a guy, he's a top class player. And the thing I always say is that we had never been in the position that season. We had great players, Luis Suarez, and what we formed there as a team, to bring the energy and the level of football that we did to give us even a chance. We'd finished 8th when I went in, 7th then the previous year. So to mount that challenge was really unexpected. But Stevie, for the level he played at that season, we wouldn't have been in that position if it wasn't for him. Of course, you look back on it when you come away from it and think of, the results that we had that year, the level of football that we played. And when I meet Liverpool supporters, it's all they talk about that season. So, it was the Chelsea game was the one that we really suffered in. We'd won 11 games on the spin up until that. We were very good in the game, I think, probably up until that 70 minutes. We, up until that 70 minutes, then we probably became a little bit anxious. I get so many people saying to me sometimes, should you have played for a draw? You can't play for a draw. Yeah. It's not something that you do until it's really, really something in the last maybe 10 minutes of a game. How we played got us to that point, and our confidence, that was the only game in 19 home games. We won 16, we drew 2, and we lost that game. So one of them things that was unfortunate, but I'm sure at some point in the history they'll do it again.